the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. When the blazing sun is gone, when the nothing shines upon, then you show your little light. Twinkle, twinkle all the night. Then the traveler in the dark thanks you for your little spark. He could not see which way to go if you did not twinkle so. When the blazing sun is gone, when the nothing shines upon, though I know not what you are, twinkle, twinkle, little star.
Isaac, it's Hawk. We did it, Hawk. We destroyed the marker and got Adrian in the process. Good, I'm launching the signal. Stay where you are. In the military sector labs, one of the markers they had converted charge up then detonated, sending out an energy wave, killing every necromorph it came in contact with, also knocking out the power. Throughout the station for a few seconds, the power comes back on and all the necros were lying on the floor dead and disintegrating away. Power overload, RIG rebooting, please wait. Reboot successful. Hawk, did it work? Yes, I'm already hearing reports that all necros are dead and their corpses are fading away. Yes, it worked, the signal works. What a fucking day. Are you guys ready to get out of this shithole? Yeah, I've had more than enough of that unitology shit. As they leave, Adrian's body begins to twitch. Isaac carefully approaches it. When he gets close, the twitching ceases. Out of nowhere, a spider infector bursts out of Adrian's chest and leaps right into Isaac's mouth and down his throat. Isaac. Damn it, no. Ellie arrives with Lexine along with Earthgov soldiers. Isaac. Ellie, no, get away from him, he's infected. Gabe blocks her. Isaac, no, not him, not him. Shit, we have no choice, get ready to fire. No. She breaks away from Gabe. She runs to Isaac and puts herself between him and them. Ellie, get out of the way, you know it's too late, knowing that he's infected he would want us to end it. You want to kill him, you have to kill me too. God damn it, Ellie. Madison enters the chamber along with the spherical artifact. Deluz's hollow self emerges from it. Lower your weapons, do not fire. Isaac Clarke has just been infected by one of those things. Give him a moment, you'll see he'll be fine. Looks down closely at Isaac. During the argument, Isaac can see everyone in a reddish spectrum with marker symbols appearing and disappearing in his eyesight. Ellie looked down at Isaac and see his blue-green eyes beginning to turn yellow, and a small glimmer of a yellow light starts to glow in his pupils, and large dark veins appear all over his body. Suddenly his compulsions subside and the veins sink back into his skin. My God, keep at it, Isaac, you're doing it, you're fighting it, you're beating it, keep going please. As she sobs. And finally the yellowing of his eyes returns to its natural color and the small glimmering light in his pupils dies out, then leans to his side and vomits out the infector. It tries crawling away but dies in its track and melts away. He falls asleep in Ellie's arms. What the hell just happened? Deluz turned to Madison. I will explain, he should make a full recovery, but I would strongly advise he undergoes medical examination to ensure wellness. Medics take Isaac to the hospitals at government sector. Physically, he fine. In fact, his immune system has unusual content in it. I never seen anything like this, but he's also theoretically healthier than a horse. That's is my doing. Before his exposure, I made modifications and to his DNA from research and experiments I've done in the past. Every couple decades until my main purpose was fulfilled, I would activate briefly to conduct experiments and retrieve and review data from previous scientific endeavors. I for a while went against my program tasks to research a possible way of counteracting the infection mental in use to create his trolls, his necromorphs. At the time it failed, but when I took a peek of Madison's data on her converted marker signal, my consensus concluded that it may be possible to use her signal to improve this countermeasure against infection, and what we all witnessed was proof of its success. The properties of the signal to reverse the infection bolstered it and dispelled the infection inside Isaac. I guess I you two to thank for that, Isaac wakes. Isaac, how are you feeling? I feel great actually, energetic. Yes, that's a few of the side effects. You might find yourself having mild compulsions to be physically active. In other words, don't be surprised if you're exercising more often than you do. So, you're saying I'm immune to necromorph infection? And as a slight consequence, you are no more sensitive to the marker signals. Reassured it can't influence you, you'll merely be more aware of them, able to sense them. Interesting. Do you think you can repeat this? Certainty. You hope to use this application for your people? Yes, it can prove useful at preventing future loss of life. In that case, I will share my research. Everyone else but Ellie leaves the room. Ellie sits next to Isaac. Well, you've succeeded in scaring the hell out of me once again. Sorry. That's not funny. I thought you were going to turn into one of them. Chuckles. I'm glad we found Deluz. If it weren't for him, I might have turned. So am I. How did it feel, if you don't mind me asking? Horrible is about the only word I can think of to describe it. Something once you experience it, you never want to again. I don't think I could imagine. You don't want trust me. I'll take your word for it. Well, the doctor said you're fine and you can leave whenever you feel well enough. Good. I hate these hospital beds. Reminds me of the ones they strapped me down on at Titan. What happened to you at that hospital? You never told. What didn't happen to me? Isaac fell silent as he finished dressing himself. Took me a while, but I remembered everything they did to me. Remember Strauss? Is that a trick question? Course I do. The bastard took my eye out with a fucking screwdriver. Our minds were probed daily for the data on the markers, and what really freaked me out the most was me being responsible for building the marker on Titan and me having no memory of me doing so at the time. For those 3 years I thought I was comatose, but no, I was really under his control, doing what he wanted me to do as his slave. That's rough, but you're over that now. Yes, I am. They leave his room. How is Carver? Is he okay? He's going to be fine. His wound was severe, but he'll recover. They leave the hospital. Does your body still hurt? Well, a few days ago, I had an overgrown, ugly as hell spider force its way down throat and fucked around with my guts, so my throat a little sore, and so is my stomach, but I'm fine. Isaac looks to Ellie as they walk. Hey, you okay? Concerned. Something wonderful happened when you were recovering. Isaac, I'm pregnant. That's wonderful. Are you sure? I'm sure. After the outbreak here, I went home, and when I woke next day, I threw up, and I remembered I missed my period. I also took a pregnancy test, and it came out positive. I am very happy about this, very. Really? Yes. Isaac kisses her hand. I love you, Isaac. I love you too, Ellie. I'll meet you back at the apartment, okay? I have to run a few errands. Okay, I'll be with Hawk. All right. They part ways. Isaac arrives at Hawk's lab. Isaac, how are you feeling? Better still, in a little pain, but I'll live. Good. Deleuze and I were just working on duplicating the countermeasure they did to the marker. I'm officially impressed now you guys can make the markers send out wave to carry your signal. Yes, it makes for a good spreading method for it in the form of the same wave other markers use to spread their signal. Deleuze looks towards Isaac. Isaac, please notify me if you experience any form of visions you might get from marker signals. Will do. What are you looking for in those visions? Now that you are more sensitive to the brain waves of Mentoan or the marker signals, you may be able to tap into his mind for very a brief time, and you might see something in his mind he's thinking. That might help us. Okay, I'll let you know if I get anything. Thank you. Isaac, Ellie was acting a bit off while you were in the hospital. Did she tell you anything? I'm just a little concerned, 'tis all. She's been a little sick, but that's because, well, Ellie and I are expecting baby. Oh, Isaac, that is wonderful. I'm so happy for you too. If only your father was here. Thanks. Do you know if it's a boy or girl yet? No, she just recently found out. We'll find out next week. Will you tell her that I'm very happy for you both, and congratulations to her? I will, and thanks again. Well, I gotta go. I'll talk to you later. We'll be here. Isaac leaves and returns home to meet Ellie at the door. Hey, how'd it go? Okay, just favors for old friends, that's all you? Madison and her team are working on the markers. I guess taking that AI with us was a smart move. Yes, it was. Oh, I told Madison. Really, what did she say? She's very happy for us. I'm so excited about this, Isaac, and nervous. So am I. I mean, I never thought about being a father before. Neither did I in my case, optimistic though I know you be great father, Isaac, because you're a good man. And you're a terrific woman, and I think you'll be great mother. We'll be successful parents. The man points to the right. Isaac looks in that direction. He sees the boy running to them with necromorph shadows chasing him. The elder moon looms over them. Isaac, make us whole. Isaac wakes, startled by his dream. He lays on the bed heavily breathing and sweating. He looks at his watch, which reads 2:16 a.m. He looks towards Ellie, who, unknowing to Isaac, was awake. He gets out of bed, then heads to the bathroom and takes a shower. Ellie gets out of bed and heads to the bathroom. Isaac leans his head into the shower wall. Ellie joins him in the shower. He's surprised when he notices her wrapping her arms around his waist and rests her head on his back. Another nightmare? Yeah, I'm sorry if I woke you. It's okay. I'm worried about you, Isaac. I've been hearing his voice more often, mostly when I sleep. Well, the AI did say it might cause problems, did he? Yes, he said that I'm now more sensitive to the marker signals, so I sometimes tap into it unintentionally, but I'm fine. Really, it's just something I gotta get used to, that's all. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. They get out of the shower and went back to bed. Deep in uncharted regions of space, Earth-Gov ships gather after they escaped from Earth a month ago. They prep to enter shock space to take the many survivors to Sanctuary. We're almost ready, Captain, still waiting on 2 more ships, ETA 2 minutes. Good, they better hurry up. I don't like this place. I would like to know why they choose this place to meet with the other ships. Captain, my interments are detecting something on our long-range scanners. More of our ships? I think so, sir. It's very big, like bigger than our ship's big. It might be just an asteroid. As long as we have our shields up, we should be fine. Put shields to full strength just to be safe. Aye, sir. The monitor then picks up the object starting to move towards them. Sir. What is it now, Zach? The object just gained sudden burst of momentum, sir. I don't think it's an asteroid. Why not? I'm pretty sure rocks don't just change their course through space at a sharp angle like that. How fast is it moving? It's already at 200 knots and climbing. Now 300. Still climbing 450. Jesus, it's just jumped to 2,000 knots, sir, and it's moving towards us. What the hell? All ships and crew, man your stations, brace for impact. If it's not an asteroid, then what the hell is it? I'm scanning now, sir. Scanning, please wait. Danger, necromorph entity detected. Shit, it's one of those things on Earth. The necromorph darts through space till it collides with the rear of the cruiser, rattling the entire ship, knocking most off their feet. Its tentacles wrap around the ship as it slithers towards the bow of the cruiser to the bridge. Zach, talk to me. Multiple hull breaches on decks 1, 3, and 9. The damn thing is crawling on the ship. Zach sudden stops in his tracks. He rises from his chair and walks to the windows of the bridge in a zombie-like manner. The captain runs up to him. He puts his hand on his shoulder. Zach turns towards him, revealing his eyes glowing bright blue. Startled by the sight, he slowly backs away. Zach, what's happened to you? Zach has stepped out for the moment. He'll back when I'm finished borrowing his body. The captain is chilled by the voice. Soon the necromorph reaches the bridge, and its bright yellow diamond-shaped eyes illuminate the bridge. Far from the ship floats asteroids with crystal-like markers all over them. They all begin to glow with an azure aura engulfing them. They slowly glow brighter and brighter until Zach holds up his hand in the direction of the necromorph's face and speaks. Die. A massive shockwave shoots out from the crystal markers. And then suddenly the necromorph screeches as its head is crushed by an unseen force. Its eyes explode with blood gushing out of its eye sockets and mouth. Its entire body is crushed. Blood spews out its entire body. The necromorph dies almost instantly. It releases its grip on the ship and slowly floats away motionlessly. The azure light in Zach's eyes dims out. Then he falls to the floor unconscious. The captain runs to him and he rests Zach's head on his lap as he tries to wake him. Zach, wake up, come on Zach, don't do this. I need a medic here now. Medics arrive and take Zach to the med bay. Somebody status report now. We lost decks 1, 3, and 9, no survivors. The ship has sustained severe damage, but the engine systems and the shockplant drive is undamaged and operational. As for casualties, we lost about 40 people. 30 of them were crewmen and the other 10 were refugees, mostly children. My God, all right, send word to Sanctuary, tell them what happened. What about the other ships? No damage reported on the others and no casualties. All right, prep for entry into shock space once message is away. Aye, sir. They all soon after recovering from the incident shock out to Sanctuary. The captain visits Zach in the med bay. Zach, can you hear? Zach wakes. I hear you. How are you feeling, son? Got a splitting headache, but think I'll be fine. What happened? I think I blacked out. You don't remember anything? No, why? What happened? Did we escape that thing? More than escape, something killed it, but we don't know what did. The crew is still shaken up on what happened. Do you remember anything at all before you blacked out? I remember a feeling I got. I felt cold and I thought I saw myself in a dark place in space for a few seconds, then I blacked out. I don't remember anything else, sir. All right, get some rest, son. We'll arrive at Sanctuary in 2 hours. Okay. Hours later, Isaac wakes up to find Ellie still asleep. He gets dressed and leaves the apartment and goes for a walk. He arrives at an observation deck to find Carver sitting at a bench looking out into the cosmos. Surprised, he walks over to him. Carver, thought you were in the hospital. They let you out? No, I snuck out. Of course they let me out, plus I couldn't stand those damn beds, craps up my back. I hear you. Yeah, I thought maybe before I went back to my quarters I'd take time to just relax and look at the stars, to preserve my sanity. It is a nice view. The nebula's glow makes it comforting. How's the wound? It's healing quickly, doesn't hurt anymore. Just so you know, the docs told me I'm well and fit enough for action if you guys need me. Good to hear. Are you sure? Isaac, I've been shot many times. I've taken hits in the chest, back, in my leg and arms, and I'm still breathing. I'll be fine. I hear Ellie is pregnant. Cognates. Thanks. I remember when Damara told me she was pregnant. Damara was your wife, right? Yeah. Why you are up this early? There's barely any people walking around. Looks like they're just EarthGov personnel are up. I woke up first, so I thought I'd let Ellie sleep. I kinda woke her up in the middle of the night with my nightmares. Yeah, I haven't been able to sleep well either, don't know why. Hey, is that girl okay, Gabe's daughter? Yes, she's okay. She was a little scared, but she was happy to know she has a father. Good. God damn it, I still can't believe that bastard Adrian was behind this and that he shot me. Why the hell did he do it? I don't know, he must have been exposed to the markers somehow. They messed with his mind until he couldn't take it anymore, thus went over the edge. Heh, that's what happens when you suck the devil's cock. Yep. Be honest with me, Isaac, how do you feel about our chances of making it through this? That's not easy to say. Truthfully, I don't know, but I try to be optimistic. Hey, did you speak to that old friend of yours yet? Who, Alfred? No, I haven't actually. I meant to go see him after we got back. I hope he's okay. I'm gonna call him. Hold on. Isaac opens his RIG and dials Alfred's RIG. He's not picking up. Could it he might still be asleep? No, he'd be long up and at work at the engineering levels by now. Maybe he's busy. Maybe I'll go talk to him later on today. What a minute, my rig's telling me that he's not here on the station. What? Something's wrong. I'm going to his place. Hey, hold up, I'll come with you. Carver and Isaac exit the observation deck and headed on over to Alfred's apartment. When they walk up to the door, they find the lock broken as if it was forced open. What the hell? This was forced open. They enter the apartment to find Alfred's place looks as if it were ransacked. Greatly concerned, Isaac searches the apartment for him. Alfred! Alfred, where are you? Carver looks around. On the floor he notices blood spots. Isaac, over here I found blood. It's coagulated, almost a week old. Shit, what the hell happened? Whoa, Isaac, clam down, we'll find him, just relax, stay here, I'm gonna go report this and okay? Alright, I gotta get out of here. Isaac steps out of the apartment and leans on the wall. Alright, EarthGov security are underway. Ellie wakes up to find Isaac not at her side. She gets dressed and exited their apartment and searches for Isaac. She finally finds him along with Carver and EarthGov security cars parked at an apartment complex. She hurries to them. Isaac. Ellie. What's going on? What happened? One of Isaac's friends is missing. My God, when did you find this out? Earlier this morning. Isaac looks around and sees Jordan. He walks up to him. Isaac, I'm so sorry about your friend. It's okay. How've you been? Okay, been busy cleaning up my ship. Listen, Isaac, if you think I can help in any way, please tell. Thanks. They got done questioning me so I can leave. Do you live here on the station? No, I live on my ship. It's more hospitable for me. Why are you asking? Because I need something to take my mind off this. Okay, I understand. I've been meaning to ask, your ship, it's nothing I've ever seen, and I've seen most. My dad made that ship. It was originally his. My dad was one of EarthGov's most renowned pilots. He was the best in the military. What happened to him? Jordan was hesitant to answer. He was killed during the Titan Station outbreak. Oh, I'm sorry. No, it's okay, I've gotten over it. I can't completely say I know what you feel, though. Why, my dad didn't die, at least I hope he didn't, but he's been missing for a long time, since I was little. That's rough. Guess we both had gone through this kind of thing. Both walk up to Ellie and Carver. Don't worry, Isaac, they find him. The most hostile planet in the galaxy. And I thought Tau Volantis was bad, this is even worse. At least we're in luck, the prison is located on there in that mountain range and it's night too. That makes me feel a bit easier. Alright, let's suit up, we're almost at the prison. The Patriarch hovers towards the prison and lands on the landing pad. Okay, we're ready to go. The boarding ramp lowers. Warning: extreme high temperatures, extreme caution advised. They walk from the pad to the main platform to the colossal citadel-like building. It looks gusty out there, but why aren't we feeling it here? We're inside the shield envelope of the prison. The entire place is protected by powerful thermal and radiation shields. We feel the winds, only slight watered down, but not the extreme hot. They reach the main hangar door, which opens to reveal RIG-suited troopers aiming at them with heavy weapons. Shit. Hands up now. We're with EarthGov. I said hands up. Anyone can put EarthGov gear, claim themselves affiliated to them. Lower your weapon, stand down. A man walks to them in a RIG suit with a helmet similar to Carver's. The violet light from his purple visors shines on Carver. John Carver, it's been a long time. Not long enough, Seamus. I said stand down, soldiers. The prison guards lower their weapons as the hangar doors close behind them. Seamus then walks closer to Carver, stares at him dead in the face, and then quickly embraces him while he laughs loudly. So good to see you, Johnny. Where the fuck have you been all these years? Busy and doing a hell of a lot of other things. So, comrade, what brings you and your comrades to the 11th Circle of Hell? We're looking for a prisoner here. There are a lot of scumbags locked up here. A name would about narrow it down. Smartass, his name is Keith Fable. Keith Fable. Yeah, I remember him. He came here 3 years and still don't know who the hell sent him here. All I know of who did it was a high-ranking EarthGov official. It doesn't matter, we just need him. Johnny, this guy is really strange. He gives me the creeps. He's the only inmate here, in fact, that prefers solitary confinement. You can have him, but you're gonna have to convince him to go with you guys, cause he won't move and my men refuse to go near him, and when he does come out of his cell, everyone, my men, the inmates, tries their best to avoid him. Warden Santiago shows them to the solitary block to Fable's cell. Here he is. Are you guys sure you want this guy? We don't know if we need him yet, we just want to talk to him. All right, doors open. The cell doors open to a dark padded room dimly lit with candles at the bases of the halls. Isaac and Carver enter the room while the other waited outside with Seamus. They look around the room and they see Fable crunched up in the corner with his arms crossed. They walk closer to him. Come no closer. You're Keith Fable? That's me. My name is Isaac Clarke. I know who you are. You know me? Yes, I know you. I followed you throughout the Ishimura ever since you arrived there 3 years ago. Discreetly, of course. Wasn't sure at the time if I wanted you catching on to me, especially that double-crossing cunt Kendra. Glad to know she perished in a horrible way. How did you escape the Ishimura? When you and that kind fellow got that shuttle working, I snuck aboard it until I got back on Aegis 7. Then, when you were dragging the marker away back to where it was found, I made a run for it. And eventually came across an undamaged shuttle. It took some work, but I got running and made it off planet while you were fighting the hive mind. Weeks later, I was recused by an Earth-Gov military vessel, and that's when I blacked out. Next thing know, I wake up at the sprawl. I'm at the hospital in a fucking straitjacket. Touché. When I saw you again, man, you were like a completely different person. I felt like I was the only there that was sane. Yeah, I take it they brought you here before the outbreak at Titan? Yes, if you're here to get me out of here, then you came for nothing. I'm not going anywhere. Why not? This is the only place where he can't watch or hear me. You mean Mentoin? Yes. Give your hand. Isaac looks at him in confusion. Your hand. Isaac extends his hand. Fable quickly grabs it, slightly startling Isaac. A lot has happened to you in the last 3 years and few months. You went to a planet, Tau Volantis, and fought and killed one of the Moons. Then you went back to Earth to find it being attacked. What the fuck was that? I was reading your mind. You think you're the only one the marker touched, and there are many people still alive that are like us, even you, Carver. Isaac, I don't know about this guy. I'm getting bad vibes from him. I agree, but he might be helpful. You heard him. He's not moved from this cell. He wants to stay here locked up. Yeah, you're right. Let's go. Thanks for talk to us. My pleasure. Before we go, tell me something. What? Do you not want to get out of here because you're a coward? What are you getting at? I think you stay in here because you're running away from what you've been through, like losing your daughter in that car accident. How the hell do you know that? Your file, I read up on it on the way here. That's way, isn't it, the way the marker haunts you is by using your grief for your daughter. Fable bows his head. Yes, he takes her form and taunts me with it, telling me constantly that she wants me to make him whole. Every time she did, I tried my best to shut it all out. Fable raises his head and is startled by the sight of his dead daughter standing behind Isaac and Carver, all bloodied. Daddy, why do you stay her? Come play with me and stay with me forever and ever and ever. No. The hell? Get out, both of you, now, and take her with you. Isaac and Carver walk out of the cell. What the hell was that in there? Fable freaked out. I don't think we're getting much else out of him. So we got nothing out of this? Nothing that'll help, just things that filled a few insignificant blanks. Seamus walks to them. Seen enough? Yeah, that guy gives me the creeps. He freaked out, didn't he? Yes, he did. He does that now and then, mostly during some nights, and whenever he sleeps, and every time it happens, his screams scar the shit out of me. Anyway, you guys are going to have to stay here until the firestorm passes. It just blasted in. Damn it. All right, we'll stay here until then. And don't worry about your ship. We hauled it in the hangar. You guys need a place to rest? No thanks, we're fine. We got our ship. Isaac and the other go back to the ship and rest for a while. Damn, this prison is freaking huge. You can fit 2 whole stations worth of people in this place. It's one of the biggest prisons we got. Can't imagine myself working here. Has anyone else been getting the feeling like they're being watched? No, why? I don't know, I've had that feeling since we got here. Hours later, the storm still rages on, fiercely scorching the planet's surface with flaming tornadoes. Isaac and his companions continues to wait out the storm until it clears enough for them to be able to leave. As they rest on the Patriarch, Jordan falls asleep and dreams of his ordeal at Titan Station. Both Jordan and his father run and make their way to the last evac transports. Jordan come on the evac ships is just ahead of this block. Dad, I hear them. They're nearby. Shoo. They stop at a corner to see their path blocked by a brute aimlessly walking around. Damn it, one of the big ones. We have no choice, we're going to have to sneak around it or distract it. They move quietly around the rubble as the brute prowls around the area. After a few close calls, they finally make it to the entrance out of the area. Accidentally stepping on shattered glass, the brute rushes snarling and growling to them. Run! They sprint through the last few blocks till they finally make it to the evac ships. As they walk to the boarding ramp, one of the ships above them exploded, causing the rafters to fall. Jordan's father pushes him out of the way of the debris, unfortunately pinning him to the ground. Jordan rushes to him. Dad, my God, Dad. Jordan, listen to him, you have to go now. No, Dad, I'm not leaving you. Jordan, please, you have to survive for me and your mother's. Please go. Dad. Take care of my ship, you hear? The Patriarch is yours now. I will. I'm so proud of you. I love you. Dad. He rests his head and hands on his father's back. His head shoots up to the roars of the brute breaking through the rubble. He quickly grabs the gun and runs onward. After running almost 2 blocks, he's ambushed by the brute. Right before it's about to crush him with its huge fists, Jordan shoots a fuel tank, blowing its hind legs and its left arm, killing it. He continues running and reaches the evac transport along with a few other survivors. He walks towards the ship and briefly stops. He looks behind him, then looks down at his hands still soaked with his father's blood. Hey, kid. Come on, those things are still coming. He quickly runs up the ramp. As the hatch closes, he sits in the corner and bows his head. Jordan then wakes up in the cockpit of the Patriarch. He turns his head to side and closes his eyes again. As he tries to fall back asleep, he hears a dragging noise coming from behind him that sends chills up his spine. He slowly turns over to the cockpit doorway and sees nothing but his friend still. He quickly runs up the ramp. As the hatch closes, he sits in the corner and bows his head. Jordan then wakes up in the cockpit of the Patriarch. He turns his head to side and closes his eyes again. As he tries to fall back asleep, he hears a dragging noise coming from behind him that sends chills up his spine. He slowly turns over to the cockpit doorway and sees nothing but his friend still asleep in the back. He turns over to his side of his seat again, then suddenly a bloody hand grabs hold of his hand. He's frightened out of his mind by the sight of a bloodied apparition of his dead father. The apparition crawls up to him from the floor with pints of blood and guts hemorrhaging from the large opening where the lower half of his body is missing, as if he were sliced in half below the waist. Jordan, help me, help US, make US whole. Jordan frantically struggles to get free of his grasp, but in a flash of red and orange, as a result of suffering marker dementia, he was gone. Jordan shoots up screaming, waking everything in the ship. Carver runs to him. He finds him in the left pilot seat, holding his head. Back in Fable's cell, Keith looks up from his knees as if he hears Jordan's blood-curdling screams. Jordan, hey, what's going on? Jordan looks up at him and hugs him. He looks towards Isaac and Ellie at the doorway, signals them that everything's fine. Both return to the back of the ship. Jordan, clam down, what's going on with her? He was here, I saw him. Who was here? My dad, I saw my dad. There was so much blood. His insides were dripping out from under him. The whole lower half of his body was gone. Hey, what you were seeing, it wasn't real, okay, clam down. I know, it's just I miss him so much, him and Mom. I know how you feel. There's not a day that goes by where I don't miss my son and wife. Yeah, thank you, I'll be fine. You sure? Yes, I just need time to get myself together. All right, I'll leave you to it then. Carver walks out of the cockpit over to Isaac and Ellie. Is he okay? Yeah, he'll be fine. Nightmares about his dad. That was a shocking awakening. Yes, it was. How long were we sleeping? About 2 hours. The storm should be over and or suppressed enough by now. Seamus boards the Patriarch. Is everybody okay? We heard screaming? Yes, we're fine, just a jump scare. All right then. Well, looks like you'll be ready to leave soon, like in about 2 hours. There's a break in the storm that's inbound. That's great. Well, we should get ready for our window. Agreed. I'll make sure the Patriarch is ready. As they prep for departure, Isaac gets the feeling that something is heading their way. Ellie seems concern in him. Isaac, are you all right? We should be careful. I don't want to cause alarm, but I think we might be in trouble. What type of trouble? The same we've been dealing with. Should I tell Carver and Jordan? Just them, as I said. I'm not sure. Okay. Warden Seamus. What is it? Our scouts on the far side of the planet are detecting strange activity. There's something big heading our way. Ships? No, sir. It's big, very big. How big? Spit it out. They look like a moon, but that's the thing, sir. This moon is moving fast. Sir, the moon has just entered the atmosphere. What the hell is that? Something very bad. Isaac walks in. Something just broke away from the moon and it's falling towards the planet. 50 seconds till impact. Carver walks in and looks at the falling object. Ah, fuck. Don't tell me that's what I think it is. A marker. Brace yourselves. The marker crashes far from the prison, making a huge crater around it. Soon after, the marker lets out a loud foghorn-like sound, followed by a shockwave knocking out most of the power in the prison. Unknowing Isaac and his companions, the dead bodies of inmates in the prison's morgue began to reanimate and turn into necromorphs. They broke their way out of the morgue and relentlessly started killing and turning almost every guard and inmate in the lower levels. Soon the alarms go off. Seamus's RIG link opens up. Warden Seamus. Report what hell is going on down there. Hell is exactly what going on down here, sir. The fucking bodies from cold storage. They're turning into monsters. Seamus, you have to lock down the lower levels. If you don't, those things will spread throughout entire prison. Sir, I'm reading most of our men and the inmates' rigs have flatlined. They're getting slaughtered. Son of a bitch. The storm is still running its course, leaving the planet, and this is suicide. We still have an hour before the break in the storm gets here. Then we'll hold out until then. This room is right above the hangar, will be close to the Patriarch, and this room, by the looks of it, has no vents. Yes, why? Wait, don't tell me these things are smart enough to use those. Unfortunately, yes, but that door is the only way in here. As long as it's shut and locked, we'll be fine. Isaac, do you have any idea why the Moons would be interested in this hellhole? Asked Carver. No, other than getting to me. No, they may want to turn everyone here, but somehow I get the feeling they're interested in something else. Okay, and what are we going to do about the damn moon when we get off this planet? Hope you're not thinking of fighting it, you, and I know how that went the first time around. Not if we can help. I'd like to get out of here without having to engage that thing. Guess we'll see. Ah, great. In the solitary confinement blocks, Fable remains in his cell, still haunted by the apparition of his dead daughter. Still hearing her words echo in his head and the screams of the guards and inmates being mutilated by necromorphs, he covers his ears and rests his head on his knees. Keith then lifts his head up to find himself in dark void. A rocky path lays before him that leads to a dark dead tree. On one of its branches hangs a swing. As Fable walks towards the tree, shadow slashers climb onto the rock bridge and pursue him up the hill. As he runs up the steep hill, he hears the voice of his dead daughter. Daddy, where are you? I can't see you. Alice. No, it's not you. You're not her. My daughter is dead, you're not her. He continues walking to the tree, and a marker appears beside it. He reaches the tree. The marker stands glowing with a bright crimson aura. Daddy, I'm scared. Where's Mommy? Where are you? Daddy, Daddy. After reaching the marker, his vision ends. When he gets himself back together, he opens his cell door, and for the first time in months he steps out of his cell and leaves. He comes on dead prison guard and arms himself and makes his way to the upper levels towards Isaac and his companions. Halfway up, he hit again with the marker's madness. He's put inside his mind again to a different area, a circular platform with a tree and swing on hill behind it. In the distance, he can see a little girl on the swing with her head bowed over. More shadow necromorphs appear and pursue him. Why did you leave me, Daddy? Why, first Mommy left and now you. He runs up the hill to the marker. As makes it up to the tree, the necros vanish. He turns to the girl who is covered in blood. You said Mommy left you because she didn't love you anymore. Did you leave me because you don't love anymore? He falls to his knees when images of his past depicting him and his family appear of the surface of the marker. No, no, I loved you both so much. Cries and slams his fists on the marker. As he pounds the marker with his fists, it explodes with its shards and marker symbols circling around it. He gets up and turns to Alice. Her head shoots up with glowing eyes screaming at him. He covers his ears, and soon after he comes out of his illusion and continues on. As he walks, he sees a girl running ahead of him giggling. He quickly runs to catch up to her and is ambushed by a horde of pukers and slashers. He manages to kill enough to break through and slide past them and closes a door, locking them out. After avoiding necromorph packs, he makes it out of the lower prison wards and proceeds to the command center. Halfway there, he's hit once again by the marker dementia and moved to the same place in his mind. He looks up at the tree. He sees his daughter on the swing with her head bowed and her hands holding the swing ropes. You have nothing to live for, Daddy. Mommy left us for a jarhead over you. You lost me in the car accident. What more do you think you can lose? Come, Daddy, come and play with me. Push me on the swing like you used to. Play with me forever and ever. Soon hordes of shadow necros climb onto the platform and attack him. After killing them, Alice gets off her swing and becomes her horrifying bloodied form and walks to him in a zombie-like manner with her eyes glowing. Come, Daddy, make our family whole again. Make us whole. Make us whole. No. Make us whole. Shut up. Make us whole. Enraged by his refusal, she charges at him while long sharp nails grow out of her fingertips. He shoots her, but his weapon has no effect. During the fight, the maker next to the swing starts glows bright red. He instinctively shoots it, shattering it into many shards. As soon it was damaged, Alice's apparition falls to its knees. Daddy, please stop, you're hurting me. Stop calling that, you're not my daughter. He shoots her multiple times until she shot up into the air and dissipated into shards of yellow and red light. Her painful screeches echo in his head. She soon rematerializes and continues attacking him. The marker glows again. He shoots and destroys it and dissipates her again. Daddy, please, if you destroy it, you'll never see me again. Burn in hell. He takes a final shot at her between her eyes. She explodes in seconds after the marker completely blows up into marker symbols and rock shards. Alice's apparition screams loudly as he comes out of his mind, having severed the marker's hold on him. He takes a moment to get himself back together and makes it to the hangar bays where the command center is. As he moves closer, a brute breaks through a door and attacks him furiously. He fights it, but his progress is hindered when wasters enter the hangar bay. In the command center, Carver and the others hear the commotion. Seamus opens up a RIG link to the hangar. Fable, what the hell are you doing here? I'm a little busy right now. If you want to talk, then get your asses down here and help. Sir, our window is approaching ETA 15 minutes. We might as well get ready. All right, let's move, people. They exit the command center and over to the hangar bay. You guys keep them busy, I'll get the Patriarch ready. All right, you guys keep them off Hex. After a bitter firefight, their window arrived and the firestorm subsided enough for them to get off-world safely. They take off, but as they get higher up into the atmosphere, the Brethren moan that deployed the marker on the planet. Trying to intercept them, the marker emits a shockwave, knocking out the Patriarch's systems. It falls to back into the planet, crash landing near the marker. Shit, what the hell happened? We got hit by EMP. The systems are shielded, but it still took damage. I can get her running again, but I need time. Fable looks out the window at the marker with the moon looming. Over it, his vision goes blurry with red and orange as he hears a voice. You will not escape, you all will burn on this world. As for you, Keith, I'm not done with you yet. Isaac walks up to him and puts his hand on Keith's shoulder. Hey, you okay? We have to destroy that marker. If the moon won't let us off this hellhole, and I can sense it. What do you mean? The moon is somehow using the marker to keep us bound here. It probably knows this planet's hazards. Ah shit, Seamus, how long before our window closes? Not long, so if we're going to do something we need to think and do it. Now. Well, we need to fix the ship, otherwise we're not going anywhere, and if we stay here. Our suits are made to withstand extreme temps, but only for a time, and my ship won't protect us for long. The shields are not rated for these conditions, and the hull can only take so much heat. I see a way. Fable, Seamus and I along with his men will go and take of the marker while Hex, Isaac and Ellie stay and work on the ship.